Peter Kaluma is busy in his Nairobi office preparing to file for a review of a recent Supreme Court ruling that allows the registration of LGBTQ associations in Kenya. The parliament member says LGBTQ individuals have no rights in Kenya under the Constitution. He has also introduced a bill increasing the maximum punishment for anyone found guilty of same-sex relations to death.
Currently, under the current law, if homosexuals, the people who engage in homosexuality, do so by consent, the punishment is 7 years. Where one is forced or coerced to engage in homosexuality, the punishment is 14 years. But that has not sufficiently deterred these homosexuals. And so we are increasing penalty. In some cases, it will be life imprisonment. In cases where there is no consent, we are going to institute death penalty. Death penalty, and that is going to be very explicit in this law.
Last month's majority ruling from Kenya's Supreme Court sparked a debate in the country. The hashtag Say No to LGBTQ in Kenya trended for days following the ruling, with criticism led by President William Ruto.
Katika taifa letu la Kenya, tuko na mila.
In our country, Kenya, we have culture and norms, and we respect our constitution. We respect the different religions in our country. We cannot go the road of women marrying fellow women and men marrying fellow men. That can never happen in our country, Kenya.
Religious leaders blame what they call unchecked freedoms in the constitution for the ruling by the country's top court.
It's one of those areas on freedom of association without limits that the Supreme Court used to issue an order to the organ, the body that is registering NGOs to register gay movement, that they have a right to association.
The LGBTQ community in Kenya and rights advocates have hailed the High Court's ruling as a step forward in gay rights.
The ruling will empower us and give us fair spaces. It will allow those who have been hiding in fear to come out and to register as a rainbow community. Being recognized is important because our members have faced attacks and some even killed.
In Kenya, First Lady Rachel Ruto has volunteered to lead national prayers against homosexuality in the country. Meanwhile, many Western countries have legalized same-sex relations in recent decades. And just last month, the Church of England allowed a blessing ceremony for same-sex couples.
Tolerance in sections of the world does not make it right. It simply says that that community or the group that are making it acceptable are a group who have followed the culture rather than who are setting a trend for the culture to follow.
While the Kenyan Constitution guarantees a right to freedom of association, same-sex relations remain illegal in the country. Juma Majanga for VOA News, Nairobi.